everyone, and welcome to Ohio Valley Couponer. It is December 10th of 2020, and I'm coming at you guys with another day of Vlogmas, day 15. And we're starting out this morning doing a grocery pickup. I've actually compared between Kroger and Walmart. It looks like Walmart is the cheapest for a lot of the things we need, just because not everything we want's on sale this week at Kroger, so we're just going to go ahead and grab it over at Walmart and get it delivered. Weird. It's definitely not something I ever thought we'd do. I'm definitely a go in the store and pick out your own groceries kind of thing. But, you know, gotta wait till this quarantine's over. So that is what we are going to do. All right, y'all. It is almost 3:30, and I'm going to catch up with you guys about what I've been doing this afternoon. And I am so excited to talk about my budget for 2021. I'm so excited you guys requested this. On the video on Tuesday, a lot of y'all left suggestions of what to talk about during Vlogmas. So many. The crowd favorite probably was tell us more about your budgeting, which is really exciting because I love talking about it. I just didn't really know that anybody wanted to listen to me talk about it, but hey, if you guys want to talk budgets, I am down to talk budgets. Because if there's any way I can help somebody learn more about this, then it's definitely worth talking about. I've learned a lot from YouTube just recently. I never really was too worried about it, like budgeting and stuff, until I started watching YouTube videos with all these really good ideas on how you can really accomplish more if you budget than just trying to cash flow things. Like, you can take care of so much more with a budget and sinking funds and all of that. So I'm super excited to talk about this. So first up, you might be like, Nick, what on earth is a sinking fund? A sinking fund is setting back some money each month for an individual upcoming event or purpose. So let me tell you guys a good example. If you do know their sinking fund, the number one I'd recommend is Christmas. Christmas is such a costly event. If you celebrate Christmas, it's costly. It's a pricey event. And if you don't have money saved up, or you can't cash flow it, which I doubt most of us can cash flow an expensive Christmas, then a lot of people are going to resort to getting it all on a credit card. So many people get in debt over that, having to pay for Christmas all year long, and it's just unfortunate. But the best way to do Christmas is with a sinking fund. So let's say your family spends $600 a year on Christmas. What you would do is take that $600 divided by however many months you have left to pay for Christmas, and that's how much you set back per month. So here is my advice. January, that starts your sinking fund. So if you spend $600, divide that by 12 months, that's going to give you how much you need to set back each month for Christmas. So that would be $50 a month. Okay. So that's the principle of sinking funds. That was definitely my first sinking fund. I was like saving for Christmas before I even knew what a sinking fund was. I would just set back some money here and there. I wasn't intentional about it, but I would, if I had some extra left over, I would set back for Christmas. But now in 2021, this is my first official year really doing sinking funds to their fullest potential. And I'm actually doing 7 sinking funds. You heard that right, 7. And you definitely have to start out like that. I've been like kind of figuring out the sinking fund thing for a few months now. But I'm really going to embrace them in 2021 and be able to pay for my financial goals and save for things and be able to do things that I want to do. And so it'll be easier to show y'all everything on pen and paper, which is what I have wrote out. I do want to say a couple things. Budgeting videos on YouTube are everywhere. I am addicted to watching these people's budgeting videos. You can definitely learn something from everyone. My system, pretty much, I learned a lot of this from the Budget Mom. She talked about sinking funds and everything, and that just really is what got me motivated to do it. I will say that the main difference between my system and most other people's on YouTube is I don't do cash. To me, just setting aside money in cash, especially sinking funds, really scares me just because I would lose it. Or I remember somebody actually commented on my video that they saved up and their sinking funds got stolen. And I was like, oh my gosh, someone broke in their house and stole their money. And to me, that is not a risk that I feel comfortable taking. I definitely see the merit behind cash, and I think it's definitely a useful thing, like to just spend in cash. It's more disciplined than swiping a card or a debit card or credit card or whatever. But for me, I can't do cash. Maybe in the future, I am intrigued by it, but especially with a lot of the stores now really cracking down on cash and just all that, I'm just not going to go cash in 2021. I'm going to remain my current system, which is I have that money allocated in my bank. I will use a credit card to buy it and then pay it off with the money in my bank. So there's never any interest accruing or anything. I have the money to pay it off. I just use my credit card for rewards points. And to piggyback off of that, for Christmas this year, my Chase credit card had a deal. If I spent $500, which I had the $500 saved up, or actually $300, if you spent $500, you got a $200 statement credit. So basically, you're getting $500 worth of merchandise for $300. Yeah. That's why I still do use credit cards responsibly. Not, if I don't have the money, I'm not going to charge it and just hope it all turns out. No. I have the money right now to go and pay off Christmas, which I'm going to do at the end of the month. So, yes, if you can use credit cards responsibly, that's an extra $200 I had for Christmas. So that was really awesome. So that is kind of my system. I just thought I'd throw that in there really quick. So yeah, I'm going to flip it over to my breakdown of my 2021 sinking funds and just explain more in detail how this all works. All right, so here's my page full of sinking funds. Let me give you a quick rundown of all my categories. We got health and medical. We got Christmas. We got printer ink. We have a special giving fund. We have gifts, P.O. box renewal, clothing, and then I also have an emergency fund, which is kind of separate, and we'll talk about that once we get there. So I'm going to now go down the line and be more specific and show you how I'm doing everything. So health and medical, the first thing you need to do, figure out your categories, and then you need to do some estimating of, okay, here's how much that I'm planning on spending on these items throughout the year. So, for instance, Xyzal, 110 count medication is $38.58 over at Sam's Club. I know that I'm going to need to buy that at least 4 times during the year, because 110 pills, you know, times, figure out how many packs you're going to need in a year. I'm going to need about 4. So there's March. Well, not about 4. 4. March, June, September, and December, I'm going to need that. So $38.58 times 4 times is $154.32. I went down the line and did the same thing with all of my vitamins that I'm going to take. My thyroid medication, I have to get that 4 times a year. And then I budgeted, this is kind of guesstimating, co-pays for my doctor's appointments. I have to follow up with my GI doctor twice a year, and the copay is about $75. So I'm going to budget $150 for that. And then I'm going to add $200 for unbudgeted. That is in case I need to go to, like, I don't know, if I have to get an antibiotic or some kind of medicine, or maybe I have to make a, I don't know exactly. Just $200 set aside for unbudgeted, I think, is a good number. So that comes to $656.82. Divide that by 12 different months. That means I need to set back $55 a month for health and medical. When I rounded it up to whole dollar amounts, just for simplicity purposes. Christmas is huge. So for Christmas, I budgeted $125 for each of my parents, $100 for my grandparents, $25 for my great uncle, and then this is basically $25 for my cousin, his wife, my cousin, her husband, $25 for my aunt and uncle, and then $100 for my cousin's babies. So that's that. And then charity, I want to do more charity in 2021. I wish I could have done the angel tree this year. I have always wanted to do the angel tree, but I always came up short every December, so I couldn't do it. Well, guess what? Since I'm budgeting, I can make sure that I can do an angel tree or 2, which is so awesome. And then $60 again to the Tupelo Children's Mansion, like I did this year. And I want to do the Adopt a Senior thing at my dad's work next year. This year, it's been so crazy that we didn't get to do it, but next year, when everything is hopefully calm down, I want to do that. I'm budgeting $30 for collabs this year, kind of because of COVID. I was not, I don't think there's like any YouTube gift collabs like there were last year, but hopefully next year something like that happens and I'll have the money set back for it. $20 for miscellaneous, and then $75 for the Christmas clearance sale. So that is definitely my biggest category, and this could break the bank. $1,160 is what I want to spend on Christmas next year. Divvy that up by 12 months. That gives you $97 for Christmas, and that's awesome. Giving fund, I'm going to keep private, but there are a couple different special offerings I want to give to, and then I'm just going to set back some money in case a lot of times like a missionary will come speak to the church, and I like to have money to give us in the special offering for that. Gifts. Now this is outside of Christmas. This is Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, anniversaries. And then I'm just going to put $100 back in case there's like a wedding or a baby shower, or I don't exactly know what's coming up in 2021. So it's a good idea to best budget for unexpected. So that all totals $525. Divvied up by 12 months is $44 a month. My P.O. Box renewal is $66 per year. I actually have a little bit of money already set back in that sinking fund, so I only need to do $5 a month. Clothing. This year I know I'm going to need a new pair of tennis shoes. I'm budgeting that at $65. I want to get a new black dress suit for church, so that's budgeting $150. I might not spend that much, but I just want to have it budgeted in case. I'm budgeting $125. I think I'm going to get some new summer clothes like t-shirts and stuff, so I'm budgeting that at $125 and just $20 back for anything else. So it's $360, divvied up by 12 months is $30. And then we're going to come down to the emergency fund. This is kind of up in the air. I am going to add to this basically depending on what my income level is for the month. My goal is to reach an $1,000 emergency fund because, you know, you never know when some crazy expense is going to pop up that could really break the bank. And so I want to have an emergency fund saved up, and my goal is $1,000. Whatever basically I have left over in the month, I'm going to try to plow to the emergency fund and get that built up. So this is like car maintenance, new tires, my brakes go out, I need a battery, I drop my cell phone outside and shatter my screen for $200 to repair that. Like, that literally happened. So, want to have a good emergency fund. So here's what this all will spill out. $55 a month for health and medical. $12 for printer ink. Oh, did I talk about printer ink? I don't think I talked about printer ink. This is the printer ink we use. I'm budgeting that I'm going to need color ink 3 times this year and black ink 4 times this year. So that breaks down to like $12 a month. So yeah, $12 for printer ink, $97 for Christmas, $53 for giving, $44 for gifts, $5 for the P.O. box, and then $30 for clothing. So that is $296 monthly, plus whatever I can throw on my emergency fund. So doing $296 monthly to achieve all of these things versus just cash flowing it when the expenses arise, this is definitely the way to go. Imagine, think about it. Look at all these health and medical things that come up in March. Like 4 out of 5 of my medicines and vitamins come up in March. Could you imagine cash flowing all that at once, or let alone cash flowing all this Christmas stuff in December? There's no way. So sinking funds, to me, are definitely going to be a key to my success in 2021. It will allow me to pay off, to work on paying off my student loan early. Well, not early, but working to pay that off as quick as I can. And it's just going to allow me to be more financially free. So this is my sinking fund plan for 2021. Oh, I also forgot to say, I was just sitting here filling out my budget planner thing. I forgot to mention I am also going to have a sinking fund for car. I have to renew my license in 2021 and also the yearly tag renewal. So that's going to be like $70. So I'll break that up amongst the 12 months because the tags are due in December and the license is due in July. So I will break that up. That'll be like $6 a month or something. Not too bad, but I'll start that one in January as well. Just those little expenses, it's just so smart to have a sinking fund for those. So yes, I wanted to quickly hop on here and let you guys know I do also have a car license and tags sinking fund. So we're up to 8 total recurring monthly sinking funds. All right, and one last little tip before we abandon budgeting. I want to talk quickly about accelerated sinking funds. Sometimes things are going to pop up like originally with the giving fund, I did that flat rate and just came up with $53, but I wasn't thinking there is something in that giving fund that's going to be due in March, not at the end of the year or not later in the year. So we have to do what I refer to as kind of acceleration. I have to take that one thing that's due in March, take that, what that's going to be, divided by the 2 pay periods, January, February, and I have to put that amount in. So it's going to be more than the $53 for January and February. And then afterwards, it's going to go back down. So hopefully that makes sense. That's why it's really important to do pen to paper and just figure out exactly what you have to do to accomplish your financial goals. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what is your budgeting experience like? Are you budgeting right now? Do you do cash envelopes? Do you still use cards? Do you already do sinking funds? Did I miss a sinking fund? Do you have a suggestion for a good sinking fund? Let me know in the comments what your experience is with budgeting. Have you started budgeting yet? I love talking budgets and feel like I can learn from literally any, even if the style is not the exact same as mine. I feel like you can take parts from anything and learn from it and maybe adapt it into your own life. But I am really excited for the 2021 categories and being able to save up for like health and medical and especially Christmas and clothes and giving too, because I'm getting to do more than I ever could, but it's not really costing me more because I'm just working it into my monthly budget instead of having to cash flow things and not being able to do it because I didn't have the money on hand. So really, when you budget, you just get to do more with life and stretch those dollars even farther. So yeah, that's enough ranting about, well, it wasn't ranting, but it was just discussing budgets. That's enough about the budgets. Yeah, I think today was pretty productive. I am looking forward to tomorrow's vlog. I'm going to do the Q&A in tomorrow's vlog, I think, because I really don't know if there's anything else to talk about tomorrow. So let me know in the comments below if you have any additional questions you want me to do for the Q&A. I've already got a good amount of them, so I'm excited to answer those. But if anybody has any questions they want me to answer on video tomorrow, leave them down in the comments and we will do that Q&A video. Alright, so that is all I got for today's vlog, and this was kind of a long one, but I wanted to give you guys an in-depth explanation of my sinking fund process. And that doesn't mean, I also should mention this, just because I have these planned doesn't mean that I won't add more throughout the year. Like maybe once we get closer to Black Friday, I might start a sinking fund for that if there's something I'm needing at that time. I can't possibly plan ahead for every single thing, but you know, for now, these are things I know I'm going to need throughout the year, so I can do that. But you can always add on later, even for short-term things. Like maybe you want, I don't know, something that's $100 and you can divide up 3 months, $33 back each month, and then you can get it. So it'll just fluctuate throughout the year. So yeah, that's all I got for today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed, and go and save some money with couponing, and the money you save, stretch it as far as you can through a budget. So yeah, that's all I got, and thank you guys so much for watching.